reception from two bands of supporters separated only by 10 miles. Oldham in blue, Manchester United in red. Special welcome for Brian Robson. His last game was against Liverpool, in the first team that is, on December the 23rd. Since then, the groin and the hernia operation. So let's check on the two lineups. First of all, Oldham Athletic. In the end, the only change from a third consecutive league defeat at Leicester on Tuesday is in goal, where John Holworth reclaims the position from Andy Rhodes. For 22-year-old Earl Barrett, it's a return to the ground where his career began. For 29-year-old Andy Ritchie, a contest against the club for whom he was 13th man at Wembley 11 years ago. The Manchester United side, you know already that Robson and Webb are included. The man who stands down is Danny Wallace. It's a side apparently packed with midfield players, because Brian McClare has been playing wide on the right. Here goes Andy Ritchie. And Holland trying to follow it through to get round behind Phelan, but a bit of a mess between Phelan and Jim Leighton, about which there were no words. First corner of the match is to the second division side. Oldham will take it. Marshall on the near post. Holden again. Trying to change the angle. An awkward one, and Barrett! Earl Barrett, the scorer. What a mess for Manchester United. What a delight for Oldham Athletic. He just had to stand there and wave his foot as the ball came across. Ritchie went for it. I must say he looks a bit offside in that position, but the goal is given. Oldham have the lead. Well played by Barlow. Mistake by Pallister, but he's able to recover. I would suggest that Oldham are winning about 90% of the 50-50 balls. Hughes. Barrett. Bruce. And Robson! It's 1-1! He's done it again. Including a replay. That's 4 semi-finals running in which he scored. Beautifully played through. And Robson, Holworth got a touch on it, but couldn't keep it out. Excellent first time ball. Holworth may count himself a little unlucky, but Brian Robson has done it again.
Well, amazing, isn't he? There he is, a little smile, and really suddenly gets the United back in a game that they were looking so edgy.
Good running on by Owen. Marshall is waiting, so is Holden. This is Marshall! This is Holden. Corner, says the referee. But they got caught out down their left flank then, Manchester United, because Owen just kept running. Suddenly found he was on his own with the ball in a fair amount of space. Ritchie in front of Leighton again. Marshall just further out. Good punch, but it comes straight to Henry. Off the line by Ince. And forget that I said good punch, because it wasn't. Under pressure from Ritchie, it was a pretty poor punch, and Leighton was fairly fortunate to get away with it. Henry denied by Paul Ince. Phelan did well. Hughes. McClare. Webb pulls away. It's coming out to Robson, and it got deflected for the corner. United player is down. It's Brian Robson, and I think he just fell awkwardly as he came through. Webb did well here because he went one way, then pulled back, but just couldn't pull back enough. And they're all committed. The weight's all the wrong way. In comes Robson. Two go to challenge him, and off one. The ball went to the corner. Come to be away by Owen, and it's all square with Earl Barrett opening the scoring in the 6th minute, and Brian Robson scoring the equaliser in the 29th. Redfern. And I suppose, Trevor, normally one would say that the longer it goes on, the more experienced team would be fancied. But at the heart of that experienced Manchester United team, there are two players who haven't played very much first-team football.
Well, here's a problem with Webb and Robson, but you know, there's another man there as well, Colin Gibson, who only came back last month after 18 months out. I'm sure Danny Wallace will come on this half. It's just a case of which one of that trio will be the one to make way for him.
Here's Marshall. Good save and a very good shot. Good cover by Bruce. Hit that very well indeed. It was just sufficiently far ahead for him to thump it, and it had some venom and was well knocked down. And the substitution looks as though it is going to be made. Wallace is going to come on, and Robson, the number 7 was shown then, is going to come off. Brian Robson hands the captain's band to Steve Bruce and comes off to a tremendous ovation. Given his all, scored the equaliser. But in the end, was clearly running out of steam. Here's Ince. We need even more from Paul Ince, who's been the pick of the midfield, I think. Wallace hopeful of a first touch. New challenge for Barlow. As an out-and-out winger, if that's the way he's being asked to play. First round to Barlow. Phelan. Slightly stubbed it, but it comes to Gibson. And it's Webb. There was a little hesitation, and Webb is engulfed. Came across to Gibson, it was slightly mishit, I think, with the early header in, and it was Webb. It came more off his forehead, the ball hitting that rather than the reverse. He was turning with a goalkeeper who decided to come late, and Manchester United have the lead. Neil Webb is their scorer. Goal in the 73rd minute, his second of the season. Will it take Manchester United to Wembley? And Alec Ferguson with his arm round his skipper. Could be useful. Redfern needed Bruce to play it. The new skipper demanding concentration. Owen. Redfern got away. It's a good cross. Marshall! What an unbelievable day this is. It was a good cross. Redfern got away from Ince. It was half clear, but only to Marshall, who thumped it into the far bottom corner. And it's 2-2. Really did well then, Redfern. And so did Marshall. 2 goals inside 3 minutes. Barlow. Oldham stays on the touchline. Play it to my feet. Marshall. Up comes Irwin. 4 blue-shirted players in the area, now 5, now 6. Redfern. Ayrton Hughes. Wallace. Webb. Good block. Hughes hit Barrett. Ritchie. And Marshall is offside. Goodness me, John Hallworth did awfully well then. Parry down, shot from Hughes, hit Barrett. And suddenly Oldham were breaking, and at the end of it, Marshall was offside. Referee looks over at his 2 linesmen, who have signalled that 90 minutes is up. Played Ritchie. Play on, says the referee, but Ritchie is hurt. Ince with the header. Still play goes on. And here's Danny Wallace, but the whistle now has gone for the second time in the day. We have extra time. Both semi-finals going into extra time. Marshall getting the equaliser in the 76th minute. Bruce's head. Gibson's foot, only to Barrett, who's recovered from the knock. Ritchie showed too much, nicked away by McClare. Useful for Wallace. Test of his pace, now test of his finish, and he's equal to both. The face of delight is lost in the crowd. A fine ball through, the finish as the goalkeeper came somewhat feet first was what was required. Burst through 2 defenders, and Manchester United lead 3-2. Milligan. Yes, the space here for Marshall. And Palmer's far side. It's all square again. This is the stuff of schoolboy comics. Palmer. It was a fine ball from Milligan that put Marshall away, and Oldham have come back again. Marvellous stuff. Wallace. Phelan. Sun causing a few problems. Webb takes it away. Oh, they had 2 men over. McClare! Oh, and he blasted when he needed control. Two United to 1 Oldham, and then up came McClare into the last 2 minutes. Rather telegraphed the pass. Replay, if there is to be one, will be back here at Maine Road on Wednesday evening. Holden with the cross, Marshall far post! It's round the back of the goal.
We've seen that move on a few occasions this season. Ricky Holden doesn't have to really get past his man, just gets the angle, whips it in, just a bit too far for Ian Marshall. Tried to loop the header back towards the far post, just couldn't quite get round it.
Hughes looks up to see where Robbins is, and is beautifully dispossessed by Barlow. Hughes comes back in turn. What determination. Holden, the last cross, Marshall launches, but the ball was safely in the hands of Jim Leighton. Joe Royle looks down at his watch. I suppose it simply adds to the complications of Oldham's season for there to be a replay, because promotion is still their main target. Good try! Goodness me! How beautifully struck by Holden. And for a moment then, I think Joe Royle thought that might be the decider. Just curled away. Oldham at Wembley in the Littlewoods final, trying to get to Wembley in the FA Cup final, probably will be at Wembley in the promotion playoffs. But that task made more difficult by their exertions here this afternoon. Oldham once more, took two to stop him. It's United throw. Holden, Milligan, seems to have such awareness. Marshall and Bruce. A long one down the middle. Ooh, and it falls for Barrett. Then Webb picks it up. Robbins far side with the header, beaten to it by Irwin. Long clearance must be. It's not. Why should one make any forecast after today? We should learn. Barlow. Joe Royle has one check of the watch, and they've got to do it all again. The two managers with their arms around each other. It's been sensational stuff. 3-3 the final outcome. A replay on Wednesday.